spread one love, okay? Thanks for tuning in to us, the MNM Show.
MNM Show.
And welcome back, everyone, to another fresh, crazy live episode of the MNM Show.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, we are here at the One Love Massive headquarters. Shout out to Nick and DJ Mike Phillips, who got us on the sound, on the lights, making us look crispy and shiny today.
Yes.
And we have a special guest with us today. We've got the one, the only, DC's Uptown XO. Welcome.
XO, baby.
Yes. We're so excited to have you.
What's up, y'all?
And as per usual, we are here with the lovely, sometimes naughty, always cosmic,
Wait.
Jay Mills. How you doing, Jay Mills?
Really great, man. Fresh faced and ready to party, yo.
Hey.
Hey.
I feel like spring is coming out of you, is captivated. You know, you've got a positive energy about you today.
Word
I'm
changing.
excited for tonight's metaphysical moment.
I'm excited too. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about.
And that's how I like it. It's always organic. It's always wild. It's always interesting. And we are here with Molly Ruland.
Hey.
How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm
Glad to
good.
see you.
It's good to see you.
Glad to be back in the house of love.
Indeed. It's nice to be here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tuesday. Keeping it
You know,
fresh.
It's not just for tacos anymore.
No.
Or is it?
So dumb.
What kind of tacos?
Oh, she asked.
Oh.
I did.
What other kind of tacos are there?
I don't know, man. There's all kinds of tacos.
Beef tacos,
Chicken tacos,
steak tacos.
fish tacos.
I don't know what's going on right now.
Tofu
XO.
taco.
Tofu tacos.
For the record, I'm not
You know,
sure.
this is the millennial era, so you can't leave that out.
This is the
Veggie
most
tacos.
most erotic conversation about dinner I've ever
There's a taco for everyone.
There is a
Tongue
taco for
tacos.
everyone.
Whoa.
I mean, that's
No.
real.
Ooh.
Wait a minute.
You know, that's
Cow
coming,
tongue.
though. No, that's
La
that's
lengua?
coming. No, that's coming. I know that's already been done,
yeah.
though. That's definitely been done.
Tongue tacos, yeah. You know, I think the most interesting
was like,
taco
whoa.
I've ever had was downtown in Chinatown at the Jose Andres restaurant. Oya, they serve like the cricket tacos
Ooh.
there.
No way.
And, you know, it wasn't my favorite flavor, but it wasn't horrible either. Like, I think it's like an acquired taste or something.
It's like soft shell crab. Like
was-
it doesn't really matter because it's just deep fried or what?
No. It wasn't deep fried. It was like, I don't know. I don't know how it was, but it was like marinated and cooked in like this kind of, I think it was like a achiote, if I'm saying that right, like a red kind of sauce
The
with
blood of its enemies.
maybe, it was like real pungent. So it wasn't my favorite thing, but yeah, that's the most interesting taco I've ever.
That
I
reminds
know
me.
it's somebody in South Central LA, some black family that live in a Chicano Spanish neighborhood that you know, mixed it with some chitlin tacos, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's probably
Chitlin
not a good taco.
You know.
Is that real?
You know
Chitlin
them?
taco.
You know those people?
No, but I know it is.
I had a really
Some
strange
chitlin
taste-
tacos. You,
You just know it exists.
had a strange tasting taco.
greens with the
What did
salsa
you have?
on it, you know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, you can make
Vanessa.
anything into a taco, you know, so.
Oh my
But,
god.
I wanna.
Went right.
Did I miss
She
something?
said
Nope.
something very inappropriate, Miss Nikki.
It's not time for that yet.
Which
I
is
wanna-
exactly why it's time for that.
I want to just hear how everyone's week's been going, you know, before we get into the meat of the conversation. It's always just nice to like check in and see what's going on in people's lives. So, you know what, J Mills, because you've been so naughty already, apparently. What's going on in your week? What's inspiring you? What's been happening in the world?
I started my week. Shout outs to the National Cannabis Festival. This is Weed Week.
Yay.
Had
Hey,
a crazy
hey.
weed weekend. Shout outs to Viceland. Being a part of that. I don't know if I'm gonna make it on the actual episode, but you know, I was there. I was in the building. The cameras was there.
For where was this?
This was with the King Weedy. The Viceland bus was out there. It was a VIP invite only.
A while ago, or this is recent?
This was this weekend.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
That
Man.
sounds awesome.
I always miss all the cool
pretty
stuff.
It was nice to be there. You
I
know?
love that channel also. They have
Yeah.
great programming.
I like it too.
Yeah.
And like, you know, the producers and everything, like they really are, you can tell they love what they do. You
Yeah.
know, they have fun putting that event together. The event, it had, I mean, if I had to guess, maybe like a pound of flour just out and about, and
It's
all
not
these
work
different
when you do what you love.
jars and bowls and like 1,000 packs of paper and endless lighters.
Raw in the building, probably.
It was a weed lover's paradise, sounds like.
I mean, yeah, it was pretty cool. It was a giant, just peaceful cipher, no vendors, just you know,
That's it.
exercising our right to consume cannabis
That's
in a
awesome.
residence in the nation's capital.
And then this weekend,
Gang, gang, gang.
you're judging
Yeah.
at the National Cannabis Fest.
I was a
right?
judge for the cannabis tank, for the Canna Tank, for people who had cannabis businesses to apply for sponsorships. I've already done my part of the judging for the first round judges.
Okay,
This
okay.
Saturday is the final round. I was in a lifted yoga class that was sponsored by the NCF. And this Saturday, they also are going to have free yoga all day
Nice.
there.
With the
Yo,
fruit.
I gotta say, high yoga is dope as fuck, man. Like, yoga is cool, but high yoga?
Like when you high doing yoga.
I mean, does anybody exercise not high?
I
Like
mean,
in
some
general?
exercises, like, I can't do good cardio high as fuck. Sometimes, not really.
Yeah.
I can get high afterwards.
Are they going to have the fruit at this yoga
I do both.
studio?
Are you
Smoke,
guys
play
going to the cannabis? Are
basketball.
you going to the cannabis festival?
I mean,
It's outdoors.
I might go.
I'm kind of pregnant, you know, and just been chilling inside for the most part,
Not mad at that.
watching movies and stuff. I've been going to see a lot of movies, but I don't know if I'm
Well-
going to go sit outside. But I do want to see Cypress Hill and
Man.
CI.
I'm excited to enjoy it for, I'm, yeah, man, shout outs to Pinky. She said she was going to come up here, man. Hey.
Pinky about to come up right now.
Hey.
What's up? What's up?
Killer corn.
Look at this. This is DC music
Yes.
right here, everyone.
It's the D dot, C dot.
Okay,
Yeah.
how are you?
Just a glass of champagne.
What's up, girl? What's up?
I'm about to go see Backyard at the casino.
Oh, nice.
Oh, what, they alive tonight?
Yep.
Damn, how long when they
BYB.
Oh, shit.
would they hit early? When they hit?
Yeah, now they already hit.
Damn.
You know what I mean? I'm about to hit it.
Right.
All day that.
Damn.
I know,
I
right?
always miss Backyard and live.
So much excitement happening right now at One Love Massive.
Fleetwood. Hey yo, we need another camera
Yeah, we
right
do.
here because this
This
door
is-
is legendary,
This is epic
man.
right now.
It's mad epic.
No
Look
doubt.
at your nails, Pinky.
I know they're popping.
Lit.
Hey, hey.
Thank you.
You're prepared for 420 week.
I'm ready.
Yeah, man.
He's a legend,
I think that
yo.
was pretty much it. for
So
me.
yeah, we're gonna be doing live podcasting from Cannabis Festival. We got like an end cap double tent action.
Oh yeah.
So y'all gotta come through and just like, you know, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a booth this year.
What? Come kick it.
This is my first time being able just to enjoy.
Come kick it. You
Hell
can just like fuck with people all
Yeah.
day.
Pretty much.
Right, baby. You know what I'm saying?
All day
All
that.
day that champagne. Some tequila when I leave.
I'm gonna be with that shit, man. Shout out to the National Cannabis Festival going down
Yes.
this Saturday, 4/21.
One.
Yeah.
This Friday they have the Policy Summit, which is going on. Definitely want to make sure that we are all a part of that.
Yeah. I need to hit Caroline up. Caroline, if you're watching this, hit me up.
Right, should have tagged her. Tag the National Cannabis Fest. Tag Caroline. Caroline
National
in the
Cannabis
city.
Fest this Friday, folks.
Yeah, man.
On
Make
Saturday.
sure you get your ass.
Peace, y'all.
Love you,
Erase the
Pinky.
stigma.
Yo, his
So-
outfit though in all red, I was like, I need that.
Yeah.
That was fresh.
That joint just had me like flashback. That shit was hot. I love how like retro stuff is coming back. Shout out to Tommy Hilfiger.
No doubt. That and the thing about that is, it's like the things that last over time. You notice, damn, that was always hot. You know what I'm saying? We were just paying attention to whatever was trendy and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
classic shit is like Shell to Adidas. Never
Yes.
go out of style.
Never.
Class never
Never.
goes out of style. And what's interesting is that there's this cycle that repeats every 20 years, and you just see the clear buildup from it. You know, right now we can look back at the 90s, we can look back at the 70s, 90s, 70s, same shit. We can look at the 80s, and we can look at the 60s.
Yeah.
But then the 50s was on some whole other like space. It's something about it. We go to
Yeah.
this postmodern, futuristic, break the mold, I'm an individual, to everybody's wearing this. This is, wait, you know, chill out while we all doing all that crazy stuff, to 2 years later, like, yo, fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bright hair colors, big earrings. I'm
Right.
here for all of that. I love it. I feel like it keeps refining itself as it repeats itself, and we
Yeah.
get more futuristic, and we're just being more creative every time the cycle flips, and we get cut, but then we rise back up even stronger. So, yeah, man.
So true.
Shout outs to creative expression through dress. It's what we
Yeah.
did before we
Yes.
even had mirrors, which is, I love to think about that. When people, like, yeah, you know, I don't have my makeup right now, but, or do I?
But the thing is, you don't need makeup though.
Exactly.
But
you don't need the makeup.
Before there were mirrors, we painted our faces.
Yeah, but for different. When we paint our face back then, it was for different meanings.
Think
It made-
about
maybe
that.
It made to emulate different spirits and things like that. You know.
And you had to really
The
trust your
lining of
friends.
the
You know what I'm
eyes.
saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like you, yeah. It was like, was it you or was it
Dog,
somebody
no.
else?
All
Yeah.
I'm
helping
saying
you?
is
Like a
Cleopatra's
character you
face
was
was beat, yo. Nefertiti's face was
But
beat.
didn't they have a mirror?
Beat.
At least in the
A
movie.
still clear
They just looked at the
pool
reflection of
water.
themselves in
They
their
had the
enemy's
reflecting
tears.
pool. That's what they had. Reflecting pool. So you can look at
The
yourself.
fear in people's eyes. Oh, I look great.
But still, like, what woman was like, my eyebrows, they must be plucked?
Maybe when she was like stoking the fire and they kept catching on fire.
With the things they had to do at first, like the charcoal and the stuff they line their eyes with, and all the, like, why, woman, why? Why did you say this is not enough? I must do more. But it's beautiful because, like, we're to gardening and just different things and domestication of animals and
That's
just
what humans
women
do.
just. we
That was
just-
I think that was a domestication, a domestication of us
Hmm.
in a certain sense. Because I love women. You know what I mean? Women don't need makeup at all.
We want
Because
it.
the
Yes.
creator of the
I want it.
We
the
don't need it.
The creator of the universe made a mistake. He didn't.
But it's not like
that
when I was in
energy didn't
10th
make a
grade,
mistake.
this teacher asked me, this was at a time when I was wearing colored contacts and fake nails, and I was like really on
All
some
of
other
that.
shit, right? And he asked, he was like, wait, I need to know something. Are you doing this to create beauty or to enhance it? And I said, like, what? Create beauty?
That's not why you were
No,
doing
I'm not
it
trying to
at all.
create beauty.
Which comes from the inside, then goes out.
But are you? And that's the key difference, I think, in choosing to wear makeup. You got to first know that you're enhancing beauty. You are not creating beauty. And there are women who do not feel beautiful as they are when they wake up. They think it's their clothes. They think it's their job. They think it's their hair. They think it's their eyes. They think it's all of these superficial things and not who you are inside. Like, that's what makes you beautiful. Flat out. Everything else, that's an enhancement.
It's that energy from within, you
Yeah.
know? Like,
Yeah.
you can see them vehicles on the roads, like, you're not a good driver. But certain people is just good drivers, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the way they move is elegant. You know, you get certain people, they brake too hard. You know what I'm saying?
So women are
When they
like Uber
accelerate, you
drivers.
Yeah, well,
You know what I'm saying?
everyone's on a different ride per se. Everyone's on a different journey
The
to
way
discovering.
you move is gonna attract who you attract, because you're just gonna be attracted to, you know, that movement or swagger, as they would say. You know what I'm saying?
I think some people like that jerky style, energy.
They do like that jerk.
Hey,
Cause you know
Anyway.
what though, I was like that though, like almost like
it's like
So
you're
OG
asking
told
her
me,
to come
right?
out.
OG told me like, youngin, you gotta have more finesse with your, cause I was just so like, just like rugged. You know what I'm saying? Even like how I used to approach like girls that I liked in high school and stuff like that. I was the guy that, hey,
Oh,
grab her arm, come here, girl, I like you.
shit.
Oh.
That's too much.
That is
It's
too
way
much.
too much.
You look good.
It's so
girl.
aggressive.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
Oh,
aggressive.
gosh. I'm alarmed.
So you gotta have more finesse. You know what I'm saying? But when you have that, it's like you gotta think, though.
Yeah.
You gotta think, and then you gotta think of something to say that may
Won't-
make her
Won't
interested
make her
in you.
frightened.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so when you get your mind taking over your body like that, and it just boom, I just started being a man. Like when Bill Bellamy came out with the movie, I did that right quick. Whoop. You know, I said I'm gonna be on the earth for a minute. I gotta experience that right quick. You know,
So how has your overall week been?
week.
Yeah. What's been going on in your life recently?
Yo, my week been good. I've been eating good. I went to Fridays this week for the first time in years, cause like,
Down Georgetown or
I went out Greenbelt.
True. Oh,
Off the humble.
for the culture.
Hey now.
Was this the weekend? Was it
It was
nighttime?
off the humble. You know what I mean? And, I was with my lady, you know, and I remember back in the day, like I used to go there like for my birthday and stuff like that, and I used to get this certain meal, and I remember when they started franchising, getting too big, what I got, it started like the chicken tenders was like they was the frozen kind now, and I'm like, dang, they got too big. It's not the same. You know what I'm saying?
Too
So I
corporate.
just fell back. You know what I mean? Like, and you know,
How
like
was
when
it
we-
this time around though?
this time around, like, I was impressed. You know, I was impressed. You know what I mean? The service was terrible though. I ain't gonna lie.
I was gonna ask.
So you
The
weren't
service
that
was
impressed.
terrible. It was terrible. It was terrible.
Yeah.
That's one of them
Like,
Jones. My people, my people.
The service was terrible, but I remember that used to be the spot, the Fridays out. Shout out to the Fridays out Greenbelt. That used to be the spot, you know, back when we was in high school.
The biker
high school
Jones,
out
man.
Maryland. You know what I'm saying? But my week, other than that, too, was dope. Yeah, man.
Well, I'm glad to hear it's going well for you. I'm glad you had a positive week. Shouting out to the old times. Molly, what's been going on with you?
Oh,
What's
shit.
good
Oh, you know,
or bad? What's going on?
fuck bad, man. There's there's enough room for bad. I rented the place next door,
Yeah.
you know, to turn it into an Airbnb unit and try to mitigate any noise complaints for like the live music stuff. And it all came together in a very short period of time, and I decided to turn it into like an art gallery Airbnb. So I'm featuring different local artists' artwork in the space, and so people can buy the artwork when they stay there. And I put a call out and got like a lot of great responses, and an artist
Awesome.
who I really respect like was able to bring paintings like 3 days later, and it all just came together super fast, and it looks amazing in there. And it's really exciting. It's exciting to have like another opportunity to support some local artists and like help put some money in some artists' hands, as well as like not have to worry about getting noise complaints
Yeah.
from neighbors and upsetting people and disrupting things.
How can people find more information, like if
That's
they want to
dope.
rent the Airbnb?
It's the Alexis Art Gallery Airbnb in Shaw on Airbnb, because it's the Alexis condo building. So there it is. So and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful in there. I wish I could live there. I go home, I'm like, oh man, this place. Fuck.
That's what's up.
Know what you mean?
What kind of slob lives here?
Well, that's exciting.
I can relate.
Congratulations on that
Thank you.
success, because I know you deserve a bounce back from last week.
Yeah.
And me too,
Thank you. Appreciate that.
with the water and the laptop situation.
Oh my God! What's Mercury in retrograde is
I
over,
know.
but now like Jupiter's fucked up. I heard, but I don't even want to allow myself to think about
I don't know about any of that.
it. Me neither.
But I had a good week. I'm blessed. Everything is going well with you know, my pregnancy. I'm just getting kicked all the time. Went to see the new Wes Anderson film, Isle of Dogs. That was pretty interesting. And I don't know, just like got a lot of work done. I was just generally productive and stuff. And so that makes me feel good. I cleaned my house.
Oh, shit.
Got more of the baby nursery kind of stuff ready, you know. So
What's the due date again? I know I ask you like every week, but
it's July 3rd. So like
Independence Baby.
70 days or something like that. It's coming soon. So I just keep getting bigger and bigger. But yeah, I'm having a good week.
I suspect that's gonna keep happening too.
I know.
You know who's not having a good week?
Who?
Starbucks.
Oh,
Yeah, they are not.
they deserve to have a
I
bad
know. I'm
week.
like, F them though.
So
them.
let's run through the
them.
story. I seen some of the footage. What happened? Like the guy they was waiting on one of their buddies, and they got kicked out for no reason.
Okay.
Somebody called the police on them.
So first, there's 2 videos that are out now. One from Philly, one from LA.
Oh damn!
Oh,
Damn!
you
Yeah.
can see it all the way from there.
Oh boy. Yeah, the LA joint just. Yeah, that's why I think. So and then, of course they're completely unrelated. The employee of Starbucks was not Caucasian. That was given the issue to the African American male in LA, who asked to use the restroom, and she told him no, and immediately afterwards told a white male yes.
I feel a way about those labels. We can get into that in another thing. But go ahead.
I mean,
Like white and black.
I agree, but for easy points, I'll
For
just
everybody out there, yeah, my fault, but yeah.
use those terms so we can understand.
So you saying
implied
L.A.
racial-
and what Philly, right?
Philadelphia, Germantown, to be specific.
Damn.
That's just like the hood too.
Initially, the Starbucks CEO issued a letter of apology and said that he wanted to meet with the 2 young men from the one in Philadelphia where the initial, viral video
My
occurred.
homie used to work at Starbucks.
These 2 young men were in the Starbucks. They were asked to buy something or leave. They let the attendant know that they were waiting for another friend to arrive, at which point they would order together. She was like, I don't care. I want you out. Calling the police. They stayed. The police came at the same time that the friend came, who was white. Not as melanated in appearance as
Wow.
the 2 men that were being
I saw
asked
that
to
video.
Oh
leave.
man, see now
Yeah,
you
I
can't
saw that
say
video.
anything.
I saw that video and he was like, what the hell did they do?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
What did they do?
Right.
Figures.
No, I gotta say that because the guy, he's white and black is kind of pejorative, especially when, at any rate, maybe he wasn't melanin differences. Because there's light skin privilege. There's a certain paleness that you can be. Grade of hair and tone of eye. We can go on with these different things that get you these privileges. But anyway, yeah, that happened. The CEO was like, that's so horrible. We're going to make sure we train people. But he didn't fire anybody. The manager that called the police, the employee that found their presence to be so reprehensible that they needed to leave. There was no termination of their employment, but because of protests, they left.
And aren't they like shutting down for a couple of days to like train?
They will close
Everyone.
all Starbucks. They announced
All
that shortly
Starbucks?
after the
What?
LA incident
Yeah, I'm
happened.
like,
All
That is them
Starbucks?
acting quickly. They're closing all Starbucks on May 29th for mandatory racial
props.
education.
I mean, handle it.
And my
handle
thing
it,
is just
you
though,
know?
you just have people in those positions that think that way. That probably doesn't represent the whole corporation, or maybe it does represent the whole
It's
corporation.
a
I don't know.
company culture though. You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of
My
it, it's
man
like
used to work at Starbucks right downtown K Street for years.
I've had many
from
a
the
business
hood, you know what
meeting
I'm saying?
in
He's the man at the
Starbucks
joint.
and ordered nothing.
So it's different perspectives, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've charged my phone.
Yeah, I went
But
to
then there's the
Starbucks
corporate
Saturday
side where
night.
it's like
I
the
never had a problem with
employees.
Starbucks ever in my life.
Never.
like, I mean,
It's
when
Denny's now.
you're talking about corporations though, like corporations do a lot of shit that don't make sense, but they make more sense financially across the board, right? So if it makes sense for the whole company, it makes sense even if it doesn't make any fucking sense at all. And so for them,
Shut
like
down.
their rules are to like not let people in. So if they fire that person, in America, that person could turn around and then sue them for
unemployment.
unlawful blah, blah, blah. And it would cost more money for Starbucks to deal with that employee potentially suing them than it is for the opposite. And so it all boils down to money. Like,
They
it
probably
all
cut him
boils
a
down to
check
money.
and was like, look, man,
Yeah.
sorry for them. We're going to cut you a check. Just quit. We're going to cut you a check. Hopefully you'll find a new job. Hopefully this couple thousand will hold you over. We're going to give out 3,000.
Because you know how many lawyers, like if that person got fired, you know how many lawyers would be filling up that person's inbox
On
being
it.
like, I will fucking represent you for free. And
Sure.
get
Trying to get some
But,
money.
yeah.
millions
Pro
of
bono.
dollars. So
The
that's how the
problem-
corporation is doing the math on this. It's like, it's not
Yeah.
even a human thing. It's a numbers thing. That's why our whole shit is fucked, you know? Like,
Yeah, they know the lawyers
Yeah.
call their phone, call their mother, call their
Uh-huh.
grandmother. Look, we want to represent
find
you.
them.
So
We'll get you
apparently they were
millions.
more concerned about the lawyers for their employee
Yeah, they
than they
greedy
were
as
for
hell,
the
too.
lawyers of these two black men that's really about to mop them.
Right.
Really about to mop them. Because now we have a couple cases, and I bet if they do a call, because people are already coming out and talking about how they have specific things that they do in specific demographics that they do not do in others.
Right.
So now we have an established pattern here.
Right. Like, I bet the Salt Lake City Starbucks is a whole lot different than the.
They have certain Starbucks that you have to enter their restrooms with coins.
Just another day in
So-
racist, capitalist, corporate America.
What exactly is your organizational culture for reals?
Right.
Yeah.
And y'all up here was pressed on this one employee and all of this because you knew what your organization, or they probably knew exactly what you're saying, what the organizational culture was. When you have an employee that does something, you can be like, yo, they ain't had shit to do with us. I don't know what the fuck they was doing. I don't know
even
who
know that
trained
guy."
them. They ain't get nothing like that in their training. I can disavow everything they fucking did. Fire them.
Let me see your lighter.
Unless there is something in their training that did give them that directive.
Then
In
they
which case,
can't.
you are responsible for their behavior.
Right.
And you take responsibility for their behavior and say, my bad, we'll train them better. We
It is
must
just
have
like this,
done
'cause
something wrong.
I've managed businesses before, right? You know what I'm saying? And it's like a lot of businesses, DTLR, Last Stop, like, you know what I mean? You know, back in there, that's how I met Wale. Was working at the DTLR with him. We used to be rapping together in that joint, PG Mall. I went on to start managing the joint like 3 months into the, you know what I'm saying? He went all popping on the radio, you know what I mean? But from that perspective, I was learning about business and how it is, you know what I'm saying? My rapport was my rapport with who I had, but I could have made some decisions like that if I was that type of person. But it's just the simple fact that in a corporation, I guess, when individuals make decisions like that, it affect the whole corporation.
Yeah, and you got to either say,
That's
that's
what it is.
okay, and you didn't think it was that serious, and you thought that you could wash this up, and you didn't think that he didn't see the real problem here. The elephant in the room is that, racism is very prevalent in most of these national companies, multinational companies.
But I
Like,
know my
how do
man-
you screen for that? Where in your employee interview did you find
It's not
out?
even illegal to even ask people like what religion they are,
Right.
or like
So
pretty
how-
soon you're not going to be able to ask anybody anything but like their social security number.
I don't know. How do you screen for racism? How
What
do,
is your
how do you
avatar?
know? And it's not that you're supposed to
It's
teach
your AOL login.
compassion. You're supposed to teach, racial sensitivity or
some jail
whatever.
shit.
I don't.
5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 7.
Oh my gosh.
Barcode.
Yeah, because you
They
can't
gonna
even.
stop naming his names. Names gonna be numbers in a minute.
Because people will be
bullshit.
offended if you say it wrong or if you
Twelve.
assume the wrong gender. So we're all just going to start going by numbers pretty soon.
Yeah.
Well, I'm curious. I mean,
531.
just because-
1985.
we're on
Double
this.
zero.
We're on this conversation about like corporateness, corporate culture anyway. And
like it.
Uptown, you were telling me that you are working on a new project
Called
called
culture over corporate.
Yes. So like
shit.
what is
Culture over corporate.
that what does that mean to you? What is the inspiration? What's that about?
That what that means to me is I was just looking at how like black folks coming out of slavery, we got like the short end of the stick intellectually, and it's like we trying to play catch up. playing catch up to like playing Monopoly and shit though. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people that are already engraved in business. You know what I'm saying? They know the fundamentals effortlessly of how to just, build something. Boom, we gonna set up shop right here. Boop, whoop. You know what I'm saying?
Boop, boop,
And,
boop.
whoop, whoop, you know what I mean? Like, all right, for instance, like, we was smoking funnel uptown for a minute, you know what I'm saying? I ain't rolled this J yet because I need some funnel from uptown. That's how I like, that's how I like to do my thing. We used to get the funnel on 9th Street, like down the street or whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah, like 9th
Right
in
there.
Florida, you know what I mean? Back in the day. And then we used to go to Brooklyn, me and my man Benji, who worked at Starbucks.
Shout
you know
out to
what I'm saying?
Benji 202.
He used to work at Starbucks down fucking
He did.
yeah, I mean,
Downtown.
like we used to like hide the weed scent in the fucking coffee drink, you know what I'm saying? From his Starbucks job. You know what I'm saying? So whole time like Benji, what the fuck was you talking about? I had one of them moments.
Culture.
Culture over corporate.
No, I remember me and Benji, right? We used to go to Brooklyn. We used to go to Brooklyn in Biggie's neighborhood. Fulton and Franklin. We right there. Hella Jamaicans. And we right there. Benji, you know what I'm saying? He a little older than me, you know what I'm saying? So he put me on to like the game and shit like that. I'm just around smoking funnel because I'm around, but he's like the connoisseur perspective of it. Like we smoke certain type of funnel. We don't just smoke,
Grabba.
you know what I'm saying? This any old funnel. We getting it from this person, you know what I'm saying? Tobacco, you know what I mean? And me and Benji going up Brooklyn, getting funnel, like what, $40 a pound and fucking 27 leaves coming a pound.
That's the
So you
funnel.
come back down here and it's like, boom, this is where I'm getting my funnel from. My man Benji. He getting that shit from Brooklyn, Biggie motherfucking neighborhood, and we getting our funnel from him. But then it's like, okay, this is the thing uptown. Everybody, we smoking funnel. This is like almost like go-go. You know what I'm saying? I was started. Like, it's just natural, organic. It's something happening here. Or hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? Now it's in the gas stations and shit. Now it's in the gas stations.
That's crazy.
And the quality of the gas station shit is just suspect. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then we got the other terms like, man, that's that gas station funnel, dog. We ain't fucking with that shit. You know what I'm saying? We getting our funnel from, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
have
it's
you,
like,
have you been to Jamaica?
But
Oh boy.
but I know that's how they, like that's their type of shit. You know what I'm saying? That's where we get it from. The Jamaicans, they used to be uptown, like back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
So what you're saying is when a corporation or a business gets a hold of a cultural need, sometimes the quality of that product
Exactly.
can go down.
And exactly, just like how Fridays and
Almost
shit
always
went down. The other Lidos, shout out to Lidos. I love Lidos. You know what I mean? But I was one of the original guys that went to Lidos, went to Delphi, the best pizza, my favorite pizza, Lidos pizza. You know what I'm saying? I used to go to the joint on the Delphi,
It's not the same anymore.
but it's not the same.
It's really not.
That
Nothing's the
Lidos
same.
pizza
Yeah.
from a Delphi right there,
Yeah.
you can never get that taste again. From the other, you just miss it. You go to the other Lidos, you like,
Did you know that was up Georgia was job too?
yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's
Not
it's
any-
still franchised.
Yeah.
The original one, they in College Park, like the family
Okay.
Yeah.
that started. That was the family in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's and I had this is a recurring
The
conversation.
sauce is beautiful.
A recurring conversation,
Welcome back.
man.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man.
But
Business
it's
is
like if me and Benji would have had the mindset early on to like, yo, this is something that's popping. We need to like
franchise
do
yourself.
this shit. You know what I'm saying? And if me and him would have did it, we would have known what quality to have in it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like people look at trends and they see trends and they capitalize on it before the people that really know how to do this shit and what to really put out there before they can do it. And so that's just like, yo, culture over corporate. We gotta like catch up business wise and shit. Like, you know what I mean?
But maintain the quality.
And maintain the quality, and that's what happened
And the
with
culture.
rap. Man. That's what happened with rap.
Yeah.
And that's what happened with, I guess, fashion. I guess you can say too. In a certain
Or
sense and
anything.
shit like that.
Anything. Yeah.
That is generally what happens.
Well, you know, one place that isn't corporate, but I don't know, seems like the quality has remained consistent over the years based on what Jay Mills told me is that the psychic shop in Adams Morgan.
We're segueing into that one.
We
You
are.
want to hear that story live
yeah,
on air?
I want to know what's
You're so
going
funny.
on at the psychic shop in Adams Morgan.
Never going out of business.
No.
They will
It
always
was
be.
as you said it was. She definitely lives there and just be trying to get people to spend that little bread.
The one on U Street as well.
Wait, did you just go?
I did.
She actually went. After I told her I
Yeah.
wasted $200 there.
After my lifted yoga, my slow ass walk, I saw it and I was just like, and they were open. I'm like, all right, let me see what's up. So she was there and sat down in the chair. I was like, yeah, it said $5 reading out there. And then my person, I actually only had 3. I had my card. I was like, you know, can I do it? She's like, oh, you can go to the ATM. I'll do the reading for $3, but
What?
you know, you can still. I'm fast forwarding because she read my energy. Remember I told you like psychics can't fool me. She does have a gift, but she is using that gift to just really extort people as much as possible, to feed. You know, she was trying to hit on things, and I purposely was not telling the truth in certain things. You know, when she asked about people in my life, then she finally called it out. She's like, well, you know, you might find yourself in a situation where blah, 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 blah. I'm like, well, you know, probably not. Went back, you know, whatever, talked about other things, but then she came back and she just kind of really, really, said some things that were poignant.
Mm-hmm.
But then it was like she was fighting herself. She wanted to try and catch me to bring me back to get that money, and like, oh, well, I got this, and I can tell you how to rid yourself of that, and how you can blah, blah, blah.
My girl got like that too.
Whatever. And I was like, okay, yeah. Like, but of course I wasn't going to do that. I just wanted to first see just how much of a fraud she was.
Mm-hmm.
That's
But-
crazy.
I mean, it's interesting. I mean, on the small to the
careful
large
with them
scale,
spirits,
you
too.
know, we're talking about a tiny business in Adams Morgan, Washington, D.C., to talking about like corporate franchises, you know, and on the large and the small scale, there seems to be a lack of quality. So it just makes me think about like human nature, you know, like what if you are trying to do something legit, something really good, but you want to grow and stuff, you know, at what point do you go from like having good intentions to just caring about, you know, the bottom line and swindling and getting what you can out of people?
Man.
What are some like examples, you know, of hope?
What are some examples of hope?
That's such a random line of
For
things.
business.
Nikki got contact, y'all.
Yo.
I will say this. One thing that I've been realizing in my position in the cannabis industry and advising different people with their different businesses and really keeping a close watch to see how many brands are really able to scale themselves. Economies of scale is what it's called, but that's not even here or there. I chose to go to school for business. I happen to be multi-talented. I'm a Gemini.
You went to Howard, right?
Multiple personalities. I also went to Omega for music,
you was
and I also
coming to
played
Howard.
piano lessons. And you know what I'm
You
saying?
used to come in the last stop on Georgia Avenue. I
Yes.
think back in the day, I was managing that joint right there on Georgia Avenue back then.
But I mean, we was standing in
I was like,
line at fucking Bar
Bar
None.
I know.
Bar
Forever.
The same thing.
Wow,
You know what I'm saying?
throwback.
Yo, them was them days. I know.
We
her
go-
for about, I know her for years. Like, damn.
Like,
we was kids looking back and shit. Like, we
I
was
want to
kids out
say
that joint.
05.
Yeah,
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily
13 years
05.
ago.
Yeah.
For real niggas only.
Yeah.
Go back.
I graduated high school 04.
Right, like
Which
fresh
which,
after
which
that.
high school did you graduate from?
Roosevelt, Maryland.
Yeah, I graduated in 03.
Good
But,
stuff.
yo,
Babies.
so at any rate, most people who are the masters of their craft are not the masters of that business. You know what I'm saying? The person that's in charge of the school district is not a teacher. The person who's in charge of a hospital is not a doctor. The one who owns the restaurants is not the chef.
Right.
Rarely. The people who make the cars, people
Shout
who
out to
design
Chop.
the cars, they don't own these. I'm like trying to search to find where that is a normal, where the creative is actually in charge of the business. Maybe with software design and stuff like, nope, not quite.
Nope.
It
Yeah.
almost
Shout out to
often
Rock
always
Nation.
is some business-minded person who comes and takes over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking
in
about this a little
credit.
bit last week, I think, with cooperative business examples.
To get into music, like I had to make it all things being equal and just know that, all right, so this person who's an artist or whatever it is you did, that's what you did with your life. While I was in school for business, you was being dope doing what the fuck you do. And
I went to school for
what
business too.
people need to understand is that you got to go to school for business. You got to take the time to learn the business of business. You got to take that responsibility, because if you don't, you really want to be cocky. Like, I don't got time to learn. I don't want to. Okay, so you want to let somebody else take control of your brand?
Or you want to let somebody else take control over your time?
Your soul, your name,
Your time, though.
your time.
Your time. That's that real estate. You know what I'm saying? That this is mine. You know what I'm saying? Like that. The time is the real estate, and it's having to work for people is taking up too much real estate. You know what I mean? Like they squatting on your time. You know what I mean?
Doing somebody else's dream.
But it's like society is like chokehold us into that. You know what I'm saying?
But
Yeah.
if you learn enough business, you can learn how to hire right. Human resources is what people need to master. If you are going to be the CEO, you need to make CEO choices. You need to know who your CFO is, who your COO is, who like really understand all of the different people that need to play these different and what their jobs are.
So you're saying is the new standard for artists is if you want to be an artist, you have to
gotta learn
go
the
to school
business.
for business.
You got, and it's. I mean,
if
you-
you're an artist.
Google the shit.
That's the new standard.
Learn that shit.
I
No,
like that.
but not even. So we was talking about products and stuff like that. Like when you're a business, they don't think about economies of scale, and just making that choice to just be whatever it is that you were faced by this capitalism and consumerism and this allure of expansion. You know, these businesses, they come to you when you popping and they see that, oh, you need packaging help, don't you? How long does it take you to make all of these things by hand? Gotta take hours. All these orders you're getting. I noticed that you're taking 8 weeks now. We got a team in Thailand. We got a this and that. We got a factory here. You ain't even got a this. We can, how much are you selling right now? We'll buy that in a month. Like, what you talking about? And people will be like, okay,
Yeah.
hell yeah. We see it on Shark Tank. We see, you know, this is what happens.
That's the
Few are
dream.
gonna be like, nah, Gucci, nah, Fendi, nah, we gonna hand make ours. We just gonna hand make it. And if that many people want it, then it's just gonna cost more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
fuck it. And it's like you and that's that quality shit that you want.
Yeah,
You want that
quality over quantity.
And you know the people at Gucci. You know when you go into Gucci, you know exactly what the hell you want. You know what I'm saying? When you go on that joint, you know exactly what you.
Mm-hmm.
I want
You know
to
what I
run right back out. That's what I want to
You know
do.
what I mean? But like before but Gucci knows it's like it's a business. Like they know, like the people that want our shit, they gonna come get our shit. You know what I'm
We
saying? Wherever
need-
we at, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm curious, Uptown, as
Yeah.
someone who's an artist, who is remaining true to your craft, your product, what you want to do, you know, how do you balance your time with creating your craft and managing like the business side of it, and you know, just life in general?
Man, I just find time every day for all of it. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm putting work in at the job. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm in the studio. Well, I'm coming up with a treatment for a video for myself or somebody else. You know what I mean? Coming up with some designs, with some clothes. I find time for it all every day for real. You know what I mean?
Do you still do animated videos?
I got another thing coming up. I'm doing. I got a comic book that I got coming up, and then I got I want the video to come after the comic book based off the logo. You know what I'm saying?
What's the logo on the arm? What's going on?
It's really me. You know what I'm saying? For real. But it's just like me on some superhero shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
This is the sticker that I saw all around the city like years ago.
Yeah.
And that's how I like even found out about you. I was like, what's this face that I see everywhere?
Monumental.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we about to start that whole wave again with the stickers. You know what I'm saying?
This is the sticker house club right here.
Yeah,
I know.
Sticker City.
Yeah, but it's like I got that idea from like Banksy and all that. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
used to just flood the city with like different
So you watched that
things.
documentary behind
the gift shop.
Exit through the
Exit
gift
the
shop.
gift shop.
So
Yeah.
you're right, exit the gift shop.
I watched that joint like once every 6 months or something. Just
Can we do a geek
Give it
pause?
the-
We got some Doc
Yes.
Rocks people.
Yes.
Okay, XO, you started this with
Sierra put
Exit.
me onto that joint.
Nikki,
What?
documentary that you love.
Documentary that I love?
Yeah, man. Put us on. Doc's Rock, y'all.
Ah, man, I love documentaries. I mean, as of late, I've been watching a lot about like food justice and farm and food system transformation. Also on like corporate food. So
Work.
yeah, it is work related, but you know, I want to be healthy, and you know, in order for me to like advocate, in order to like transform corporate food systems, I got to know the landscape and what's being put out there and what's being said. So, I think yeah, I guess the one that's coming to my mind right now, and I know a lot of people have seen it, but it is Fast Food Nation. You know, it makes me think every time I get a craving for some McDonald's or Wendy's or whatever, you know. It's just so much preservatives in that stuff, and it travels.
Even Wendy's, even Burger King.
All of it, yo.
Even
They're all
so.
competing with each other.
They're not safe.
So
That's that
yeah.
corporate shit. It's like you can't even trust nothing corporate.
You can't.
Anything too big.
Not even the
It's the
salad.
oversight. And y'all heard
Can't
about
don't trust it.
Genetically modified
the eggs and
lettuce.
stuff that are being recalled right
Like
now
220 million eggs for salmonella.
in
What?
this area too. Yeah,
What?
yo.
Them big ass hotels,
Oh,
all
I
them
love
fucking
eggs.
plates that they got washed. You think them shits is washed thoroughly? No, motherfucker, in the W.
Yeah.
It's not. Come on.
So you know, I'm about like the local. Like, can we take power back into the
No diss
local
to the W,
economy and
Good place to go.
people grow their own food, support
Potential future
farmers
sponsor.
markets. You
Good
know.
place to go. I
So
don't want
yeah. What about you, Molly? Documentary.
Ooh,
you love?
so many. Searching for Sugarman, but I talked about that earlier today. 20 Feet from Stardom.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Muscle Shoals. Ooh, good stuff. Bob Marley, that one.
Which one? The one that's like
The most
him
recent one.
younger and like there's like a lot of really raw footage of him.
No, the one
No.
with his
Oh.
friends and
It
stuff
just
like
came
that.
out recently, and like everybody's in it. King Tubby's, everybody's in it, just like talking about Bob, and it's
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
it's just so informative. It's like so informative, and it's just good to watch it. And remember.
That's one of my favorites, Bob Marley. That joint came
I
out
mean,
a few
one
years
love,
ago.
man. You know, one
Yeah.
love, one heart, one destiny.
Yeah,
That's what
no.
inspired it all
That
for
joint
me.
was my
So
favorite
Yeah.
joint.
yeah, Searching for Sugarman. Have you seen that?
No, what's that about?
Oh my God, you got to see that.
What's that about?
That is all about like motherfuckers starting revolutions with their music.
Yo.
That's that shit I'm on. See that?
Wow.
Speaking of Bob Marley, I be
Searching
trying to
for
write like him.
Sugarman.
Yeah.
Yo, this is like reading Rainbow, but it's
Yeah.
documentaries. This is dope as fuck.
This one will give
But
you-
you don't have to take my word for it. But don't.
I gotta see that. I wanna see that.
Searching for Sugarman.
Yes.
Searching for Sugarman. I remember that. Okay, I started this doc rock. So speaking of revolution, first thing that comes to my mind is the Coconut Wars. Dope ass documentary about this very small Melanesian country by Guam and the Papua Islands and, you know, south of Fiji and shit that fought off the colonizers in the most amazing of ways. They like made the weapons and like it's the story of when we win. So that was dope. It's Weed Week. So the Botany of Desire.
Oh shit, I've seen that.
Yeah.
I haven't. That sounds
Yeah.
I ain't seen that
interesting.
either.
It's dope. It deals with 4 different plants, tulips, potatoes, apples, and weed, and how our direct interaction with these plants caused them to do what they do in the way that they
Mutate.
wouldn't have done without us paying attention. Even with the tulips, the fact that we like to look at them caused them to change their colors in a way that's unexplainable. Like,
Wow.
why would they be so many different colors were it not for the fact that we like looking at them?
I mean, that's metaphysics. Like,
Yeah.
that's basically what it is. You know what I'm saying?
It shows that,
When you
yeah.
observe light acts a certain way only when you observe it. But when you're
Right.
not observing it, light acts a different way.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah, the
Interesting.
focusing of our eyes on things caused them to be different. Seeing how that changed all these different plants was dope, especially for weed. Not going to give away that part.
Right.
You don't have to take my word for it, but don't.
Word. Well, this is not a documentary, but I do want to take a pause. You know, y'all, we have Uptown XO here, one of DC's best all-time rappers. He's got this dope project coming up. But for our viewers who love Uptown, or maybe it's your first time learning about Uptown, we want to show you one of his dope music videos highlighting DC life, DC culture. Nick, can you cue up the Spread Love video for us? This is one of my favorite videos. I love this. Roll that footage, Nick. Roll that footage.
You know, feel that album. XO, baby, yeah. I'm in a position that's rare, diamond in the rough. Used to living without a care. Cussing on the bus, I grew transformed. Shared some ways like snakeskin. Flew dead tours and like icons in their faces. Only thing different is opportunities. Giving brushing shoulders with niggas I used to bump up in the system. Moves niggas made were strategic. Singing niggas rap them all. Yesterday was on some street shit. Nothing outside of you controls what you do. It's a claim what you declare, what I becomes a part of you. You are what you eat. We was fed the streets. Slave trade ingredients, boats on the beach. You know the story, American gangster. The glory, Denzel played both parts. I'm DC Mozart. Before we was Chocolate City, another story. With few remains left, preserve it. Can you assure me? Mention a big brand, we all go shopping. Blogs write about it, we all go copping. Ricky got killed for his new phone pauses. Keeping up got us stuck, let's talk about it. Grew up in the hood, so niggas wanna get out. It became, cause the lifestyle has got us divided. A gallon, no pint size. Give him a swallow, a shot, and you might die. Blame it on karma. Shed love, spread love, shed love, grace. They don't know, but they will soon. I was a monster, but godless and real goons. But I still bring the heat like the real June summer. Y'all niggas to see what's on real soon. Sue me if you saw me weave then, but I was born to a 6-star. General dreams like a real Jew. And our ancestors was on the field too. Masters descendants on the Forbes list. Top 2, fuck the government. What I'm loving is fucking with the people ain't dead if we alive suffering. Love again, mothership hovering, trying to warn us. Come again, some of them want more bucks. We running them bunions, they pedicured up. And it's more niggas rapping about getting pulled up. Low income housing, in the clouds and loud in the air. That's high quality browsing. Champagne drowning, baptized in rap lies, got them blasphemous. My affairs a black tie, smoking cannabis. A son to your sapphire, know the savages. Won the game by halftime, no parameters. System was God written, body God made, and my gift God given. Even the blind seeing their dreams. Come on, nigga, what we say? We about to go off. It's on, niggas. Shed love. Overdosing on info, knowledge is power. Can't be stuck in no job, making dollars per hour. You know Star Wars, they was talking about us. And Planet of the Apes, they was talking about us. You know Avatar, they was talking about us. We in the Matrix, whole lot of shit is fucked up. Our brothers are killers for some money, just to buy a coupe. Know how it feels, once upon a time I was you. I would do anything forward at my lowest point. We would've had juice and Nazis smoking joints. Herb is the healing of the nations. I was in the lawful when God said it's sacred. He got my brothers passing judgment on me. Same God that made us, made the weed in the trees. Was born next to him, so I be with the thieves. Was right next to him, getting blood on my jeans. Lost in the sauce in my earlier teens. Probably would've smacked you, you wouldn't worthy to speak. Only your chosen few were exempt from the speaking spoken to. Ruling the pit, everybody want a way out. Borderline of the hood, the signs say stay out. Inside, niggas got guns and shit the way out. Grandma, we making money, it's nothing to pray about. Sounds of the vibrations, let it play out, play out, play out, play out. Shed love. Now look, spread love. Shed love. Spread love.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yes,
We
sir.
back and full effect.
Yes.
MNM Show. Yo.
Yeah, he's always on time, man. In the break, you started talking about the ADPs. Can you run that list again? Was that some private?
Yeah.
Can you blast that? Can you tell
us more about your project.
So, new question. All right. You have really broken so many records that so many people don't know about, in DC. Shout outs to Shy Glizzy, Wale for rocking out and doing great here. They dope as fuck. But Diamond District showed how big the world was. Yeah, man. So let's talk about the international travels and such. What's your favorite country to go rock out in thus far? Wow, what was going on in Rome?
So when we got off at the Coliseum, posters right there.
That's so dope.
The Coliseo. That's how they say it. The Coliseo. But it was dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They cook for us. Them cooking for us. Like people our age, we was young. We was kids looking back, you know what I'm saying? Like young. Well, I was a kid. But like to have young, the promoters cook for you, you know what I'm saying? And that shit was dope. Like eating real Italian food in Italy, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not, the Americanized version. It's like, yo, bro, you get the big glob of feta. You know what I'm saying? They slicing it for you, you know what I'm saying? Big thick pieces of plantain.
Oh, I can't wait to go to
Like,
Italy. Oh my god.
Real flowers in the drink and all that, you know what I'm saying?
Flowers. Dope.
Speaking of flowers and food, random little off-topic thing. I just went to Timber Pizza. Shout out to Timber Pizza.
Is it any
Actually,
good?
it was a bomb, and there was fresh flowers on the pizza. They had like a spring special. It had like pea shoots and stuff, but like little. It looked like little like pansy like edible daisies on it, and it was delicious.
Shout out to Odyssey.
Edible flowers are good.
I like, me, I'm from the hood. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't learn certain shit unless I'm exposed to it. Honestly, he just a culture motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
True.
He know about.
He's
Like,
an international
he,
person, yeah.
he's gonna go to France and speak French.
Yeah.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? You know what I'm saying? No, he gonna shut it down. He gonna, he knows Arabic. He just a cultured dude. You know what I mean? I remember my first time eating Thai food was in Berlin, and I was with R.A. the Rugged Man. I didn't even know who he was, but like reading up on him, I'm like, damn, this dude is a legend. He just did songs with Biggie Smalls, like a Brooklyn legend. You know what I'm saying? So we sitting up in a Thai restaurant with R.A. the Rugged Man, and we did this crazy show. You know what I'm saying? The police raided the spot we was in,
Oh shit.
and all of the crowd left. And my pops moved like when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like I talk about in my music a lot. My pops went around, but he moved to London when I was a kid. Like when I was 12. You know what I'm saying? He played with Gil Scott Heron. You know what I mean? He played the drums or whatever. He's a percussionist. Jazz, you know what I mean? But he moved. So him living in London, he met me in Berlin and came to the show. So we up in the show, you know what I'm saying? Him, my stepmother there, I got a glass of wine, you know what I'm saying? He like, yo, you out here. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up,
Like,
man.
yeah, I'm out here, you know what I mean? And I remember I was like, damn, is the crowd gonna come back? Because the police came through on some crazy nonsense. Like, it was like 50 police came in, like, just told everybody to get out. But then a whole nother crowd came through and we rocked out. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy.
That is crazy.
Yo.
Then it turned into a Jamaican party afterwards. I was like, damn, I didn't even know it was like all these Jamaicans out here.
Black people are
Everybody
everywhere.
was smoking weed. I was like, dog, this is crazy.
This is so
The
dope.
world is so big, but so small.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Shout out to being an international artist, man. You got countries under your belt, man. That shit is amazing. Like,
International
Yeah.
superstar. International. Okay, anyway. But,
Thanks to my man, Odyssey. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, so
y'all created a classic.
what's going on with Diamond District? Can we expect some music from your glorious trio in the future?
Yeah, most definitely.
I would love
definitely.
that. We would all love
Me and
that.
Odyssey is working on this culture of a corporate project right now. The artist that I mentioned to y'all on the break, Kev Brown. I'm working on that joint. I got a joint done, and in this project, I did the whole album basically in 8 hours. I did the whole album in 8 hours. Recorded the whole project in 8 hours. It's like 8 songs.
Damn.
And you know what I'm saying? It's just dope. You know what I'm saying? And it's real against the grain. I'm like, fuck corporate. You know what I'm saying?
I'm thinking about your freestyling days, man. I'm smiling up here thinking about how long I've seen you rap, like beat at the like. Killing shit. Stable gags though, yo. I'm never to the top.
When can we expect culture over corporate?
Next year.
Next year.
I think next year, the end of this year, or the beginning of next year, because I'm banging out all the projects, and then I'm gonna put everything out
So
at once. It's gonna be a continuous theme throughout the year, so that this is what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
so it's like a compilation.
Subject called culture over corporate.
It's like a compilation project you're putting out.
And like we talked about, I'm gonna start doing paintings and stuff like that. And we're gonna do art galleries. We're gonna do art galleries as like the album release parties, and we'll have other artists involved. And we're just gonna be at different art galleries around the city.
Will you hang your art in my art gallery?
Of course.
That would be dope.
So if I'm a fan and I want to know where the listening parties are going to be in general, like how do I find out about that? Do I follow you on Instagram or Facebook or?
Definitely follow me on Instagram, Uptown XO _Elu, which means everybody ain't like you, everybody both of those albums on Tidal too, I think.
Yeah, you do.
Yo, you and AB got
That's
a
that's
million
whole
tracks.
nother
Y'all have
sound
a whole
right
right. Do
That's a
you
whole
have
nother
a
sound.
favorite song that you've done with him? That's my favorite joint forever.
Bullshit.
Only. Yo, yeah. Shout out to that joint. It's on YouTube, man. That joint is a timeless classic. Y'all
Man,
make
AB
some
got some new
timeless
stuff
bangers.
coming up too, though. We got some heat. Like we got so much shit that ain't even came out. You know what I mean? But now it's like, all right, this culture over corporate thing. This is gonna be major right here. You know what I'm saying?
Do you have a favorite
It's about
video?
posting up.
Ooh.
That we did.
Yeah.
I like the All I Had joint, the cartoon joint that we did, the first one. That joint is a classic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we're gonna do a comic book. We're gonna brand the whole thing. We already did the shirts and the hats, but we're gonna take it to a whole nother level. And
I saw the patches.
Coming out next year, because right now we just getting the business right and make sure everything we do, all the T's are crossed and the I's is dotted. You know what I'm saying?
That's exciting. We'll all be following. Follow Uptown XO on Instagram, on Facebook at Uptown XO EALU.
Yeah.
Can we do another roundtable question?
Yeah.
Because
You got it coming, Jay?
clearly you a video file, you know what I'm saying? You be
Mhm.
on the cinematography tip, you
Mhm.
know, many different
I've directed
styles.
videos and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Favorite movie for the cinematography alone?
Favorite movie for the cinematography?
Yeah.
I had to say Spike Lee. What was his first drink called? What was that drink called? It was about a chick or something.
Not the Mississippi Marsala.
His first drink.
Girl, are you talking
She's
about?
gotta have.
Oh, she's got to have it.
Oh,
I think
wow.
that drink was dope. Cinematography wise, like, because that style that he had was crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Spike Lee, She's Gotta Have It. That was his first movie. I go watch that drink. Because, Spike Lee, even in the shot that he had at Malcolm X, when Malcolm was like, he wasn't walking, but he was like gliding.
Yeah, the
on that
moving
shot.
joint.
They did the same thing with Wesley Snipes in the Jungle Fever.
Oh,
It's the same thing.
and he
That
did it
same
in
shot.
Crooklyn. Like that was his.
Yeah,
That's his thing.
That was like his signature.
She hate me.
He does
Yeah.
like the montage of people like talking, like
Better Blues.
yeah, directly to the camera. Monologue kind of.
He
like,
broke the
interface.
fourth wall in a way
Yeah.
that wasn't cheesy. He made you a part of a
Him,
play to me.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
brought theater to film in this way that I didn't even realize until you talking about it right now.
It was like
And
the
that's why I like
theatrical
it.
shit that he used to throw in there.
Yeah, shout out to Spike Lee.
And it came across as real though, so weird, so oddly, like you
Like
didn't.
Broadway style.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite cinematography film example?
I love the way Quentin Tarantino shoots.
I was gonna say him too. That
And-
Kill Bill shit. That shit was dope as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
The Hateful Eight
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that shit was dope.
had amazing, like the shot, the way it was shot, and it made you watch it. In that what you call that rendering where you gotta have the bar. It just won't be full screen. He's
Yeah.
not chopping off any of this. You was about to get this film work on the TV. You better have seen it in the movies, or you just gonna feel like, oh, I'm missing some parts. But I appreciated every drop of that, every angle. Like, God, man, he did the damn thing with that one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What about you, Molly?
I'm not a big movies person because it's not real, but The Abyss.
Wow, throwback. That was a good movie, though.
Like the way they like shoot that movie, like I felt like I couldn't breathe most of it. Like I feel like I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
like even talking about it makes me feel a little like a little short of
Uneasy.
breath.
Mm-hmm.
That movie fucks me up, man.
Maybe that funnel you hit.
Well, no, I've always been afraid of like pools, because my sister, I blame it on my sister. When we were kids, she told me, because I was on the swim team, I grew super fast, so they put me on the swim team, and I was like, well, since I was 5, so I was always like in like competing, and I hate it. Like I liked the pool, but I was afraid of it because I was fucking 5, you know. And my sister told me that one time when pools were first invented, they weren't like see-through, and some kid like got sucked into the vent and like died because like no one could see him.
What's up with your family
Dude.
telling you these tall tales?
Yeah, man, like traumatized me for life. And so, like, whenever I would have to swim in these swim meets, I would like jump in and like just get as far away from the vent as possible. And like anytime I'd have to swim over it, I would swim like extra fast. And I've just always like, and like indoor deep pools, man, just like freak me the fuck out, you know? So yeah, like the
and this
idea.
is why you love the abyss.
Yes, because it makes me like, you know, because it's like, whew, you know, like, god damn, man, that shit is stressful watching that. Imagine being like that far underneath the sea, and then their shit is extra deep with that like ledge thing and like.
Shout out to swimming. I taught myself how to swim. Nobody could teach me how to swim. I remember going to swim class, almost fighting my instructor. But I taught myself how to swim. Wilson pool, and it was indoor pool, and I would just doggy paddle or get the feel of the water, and stay close to the side. And if I go down, I grab the side, and I experimented with that until I got it. So once I could float, I would stay by the side and float. And then as I got more confident, I would go further away from the wall. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, man, damn, I want to jump in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like everybody jumping this shit, everybody in the deep end. You know, as we get older, it's like, dog, we gotta learn how to swim, dog. Motherfucker, we diving and shit. Hey, bro, you coming home? Nah, bro, y'all go ahead. I'm in the shallow end and shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go ahead. I'm watching everybody. It's like, damn. So I just jumped in one day and was like, fuck it, and I got it. You know what I'm saying? Taught myself how to do it, though. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta teach yourself.
Sink or swim, yeah.
That is true.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
For real. Nobody could teach me how to swim.
You said you almost got in a fight with the swimming instructor.
I did. You know what I'm saying? Almost got kicked out of the little program and shit we was in. It was like an Easter Market, that little pool in Easter Market.
that's a
That's
good
why I
pool.
learned how to swim. Yeah.
Southeast. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. I swim there.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't.
You talking about that pool on Easter Market?
Yeah.
It was that indoor pool.
Yeah.
That
That's
same
crazy.
indoor pool. That's it. DC shit. You know?
Yeah.
DC as fuck.
Yeah.
Right.
DC as fuck.
You got
You
a
guys are all blazed.
you got a movie?
So blazed. Yeah. Let's see. You know, I'm for cinematography, just something I really enjoy looking at. I already mentioned Wes Anderson before, but you know, I really like all of his films because they are like pop-up storybooks. And I don't think anyone else has a style like that. So
What are some of his movies?
The Life Aquatic, Isle of Dogs, gosh, there's so many. The Royal Tenenbaums,
Oh, okay.
Bottle Rocket, Rushmore, all of these, these different films. But they're all just like beautiful, really, really beautiful.
Yeah,
It's like you're watching a pop-up storybook on film. So I think they're pretty cool. But the other things I really enjoy watching, I'm just nerding out. I love all of the Lord of the Rings films.
Hey, me too though. And all of the Hobbit joint. You seen the Hobbit joint?
Yeah. I think the landscape is also beautiful. Again, the wide shots, you know, and just like the epic battle scenes. I love that. I love that
Dope.
stuff.
The characters.
Yeah, and Game of Thrones too. Like
I was
however
thinking
that is
that. I was
filmed,
like, well, if we're gonna talk
with the
about
I
that,
dragons
wasn't on
and
Game of
everything.
Thrones though. Like for some reason I just wasn't on.
I mean, it's a commitment.
It
It's
is
a
a
big
commitment.
thing to be on Game of Thrones.
It
man.
is.
I'm
It's
just
like
really glad it's going to actually be on in the winter
a relationship.
next season
I know,
because,
right?
like, winter is coming my ass, man. That's fucking bullshit.
I look forward to staying inside during
Yeah,
the winter.
I
to
wanna
watch
be
the
like-
show.
in a blanket,
that,
like
true
all
that,
bunded
true
up, like when it's cold outside, watching Game of Thrones. I don't want it to be July.
You know, but I'll watch it anytime it comes on. But it is what it is. But you know, it's a couple of things. So it's 10:22. It's almost time for us to wrap up this evening. But we do have one more video that we wanted to show, just because it's very special than when we have an artist, rap artist here locally. So we want to promote their work for the culture. And
Culture over corporate.
we have a Diamond District video to show that highlights the city and Uptown, Odyssey, YU. Shout out to
Shout
all
out
of
to
them.
my brothers.
Creating
Yes.
culture, making beautiful sounds for the district. So let's roll that video, and then we'll come back with and close out with our beautiful metaphysical moment with Jay Mills.
No doubt.
The Holy Trent, who else could do it? You know it's only them. Back like the Rapture, still doing it for the capital worldwide now. We like Earth, Wind, and Fire, superb fly sound. But now back to take it higher. DC, Voltron, Mozart, Beethoven, Bach. Quotables in the Washington Post, y'all. Do it for the cap like we over budget. And overdo it, cause we do it like nobody does it. And younger, we jive like the best though. 5 Mike the Metro. At hindsight, freedom for the ghetto. We claiming the tours, claiming they roll. We came in the door, dropping the law to the gimmicks, but it's stopping the pause. Let's say hello to the ending. What started you all, but true intentions. The rhythm was the root of it all. See you later, it's never goodbye. When the spirit comes back in the music, now you know why. March.
Well, this is the shit that tipped the scale. When you ride up on the edge, you almost died and lift the tail. That younger hunger like you missing meals, different fields, spinning wheels. You try to live your dream, chilling kills. Moments get stolen like a thief that's still in fail. Don't zoom in on any human more than you do yourself. You get an L, just know at the end of the day that you did it well. If not, to keep rocking, locking your talking and bang. Aim high, cause otherwise you see I love like this. I push forward knowing that don't nobody owe Mike shit. I do what make most sense and roll with great folks. That ain't no glitch. We make pesos and stay focused upon the greater. Don't wait up for later, that may never come. Now it's a gift that sure could be taken from anyone. Taught not to run, never stop knowing them cops gon' come, but still we march on Washington. Come on.
This is what I give them. Wisdom over rhythm, from the district to the prison, with bars and styles is the emblem. Where I get what I pin from, they doing that what I've been done. I'm doing that and then some. From extra I make an income. I'm a beast from the east, the product, the hardest streets, hard to eat, smaller the piece, margin larger the teeth. Man, it's just the way it go. If I wanna say it so, saying no ain't mean close. I'm too high to be laying low. Different dates, same shit, same script, different play. This the way of the world, and I'm just trying to fit in place and trying to play the part of a mockery to my art. So anything I do is a part of me from the start. I'm getting better sleep while these niggas lying awake. Keep it moving with the truth while niggas lying in place. Holyfield deals on the counter, ain't for the fakes. DMV where we known as the greats. Keep up with the pace.
And we are back. Thank you for enjoying that video with us. We love Diamond District. You know, just a phenomenal trio of DC rappers here, you know, with local celebrity, but like a whole lot of international swag also. So shout out to them.
Yes.
And it is that time to transition and close out our show, but to hand it over to Jay Mills. It's time to get metaphysical, y'all.
Let's get metaphysical.
Metaphysical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
back.
no business shout out?
Well,
Shout out to clothing
we
line.
did. We know we can do some
Shout out to
of this,
Edu.
Sean.
Shout out to my man Sean, one of my partners. I got a new business coming out called One Force, and we partnered up. Me, bringing my homies, and we definitely about to have some custom clothing, some one of ones at the art galleries that we do. So at the art galleries, you also can get the clothes. You know what I'm saying?
Is this where we can get the patches too?
All that.
I like the patches.
Jackets with all the patches on it, and it's gonna be dope, man. You know what I mean? Just look forward next year, and the whole theme is gonna be culture over corporate. You know what I'm saying? At these events, we're gonna show the documentary that we do. We just gonna be getting different people's opinions, different people's perspectives, different stories, like the one I told y'all about the funnel. Different cities, you know what I'm saying? And just promote. Getting around a monopoly board, you know what I mean? And that's what the whole theme about it. It'll get us to get around a monopoly board. When we get around, we own something, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bullshit. Gotta own something out this motherfucker.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, shout
All
out
right.
to
And shout out to all the
ELU.
independent artists who own their masters, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yes.
So, we getting metaphysical?
Time to get mad.
J Mills, what's that song you used to do back in the day? She used to do one song and fucking just kill it at the open mics. You know that joint?
I don't know. It's a couple. I don't know which one.
I got more than one song.
What was it
Yeah.
about?
And then at the end, she used to always like do this sensual, jive, little sexy, little, you know what I'm saying? Joint at the end, you know what I'm talking about.
Doesn't narrow it down.
That's J Mills
Everything
every
J Mills has
day.
ever done.
Yo, this
That sounds.
is like the
What was I rapping about though? Like how old? Like was it eye contact? Like that joint? Like did I do it with flow or did I do it by myself?
You don't know.
Damn, dope Dolo joint. I don't know. I was fucking him up with the Nikki remix joint, the only joint.
No, this is bar none.
Oh shit! He said bar none.
Whole decade
I
ago.
used to do Sandman. I don't know.
Like, yo, that shit was
Anticipation, eye contact,
I think it
game.
was eye contact. Like,
Yeah,
yo,
that joint was pretty
shit was
sexy.
dope, yo. Like, she was dope. She is dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, and the talent here, like, this shit is crazy in this town. Like, people have to see this shit. Everything
Yeah.
needs to be documented. Everything needs to be on film. Every single thing, everything. You know what I'm saying?
I just like fully agree so much. Like I'm a avid, student of history, and one of my favorite times was looking at the Harlem Renaissance and all of the artists of all of the kinds that just naturally were like this concentration of dopeness.
Imagine
And-
Instagram being out back then.
What would Langston Hughes tweet, yo? His
bullshit.
Instagram.
Probably something really dumb, and then we would all hate him. And we would have destroyed him before he could have ever made a real impact.
We would retweet him all
Right.
the time. He would have those posts like Rob Hill Sr. or something. He would be extra dope. But anyway, we're living that now in DC
We
with
are.
the
We have a
just
sex tape.
artists and just how
Yes.
multi-talented the artists are. Shout outs to Duke Ellington. Shout outs to Sulan High, VPA alum. Shout outs to
U Street.
U Street.
Bar none.
Shout outs to Bar None. Shout outs to
True School.
Open mics, True School. Shout outs to Jabari motherfucking XO. Like just
He
seeing
was in the Black Panthers movie. He was in the movie.
shout outs to Chadwick Boseman. Like
Yes.
what? Like DC has just made so many diamonds. Like it's like the Mickey Mouse Club where everybody's famous now.
Except way better.
Right, but
Less
way better,
pedophilia.
way doper. Shout outs to, Picasso. I've really seen the macroeconomics that work with, hip hop and what it means in the world and how we don't understand what it means in the world for our culture to be out there like that more than American culture. It has surpassed that. Black culture as expressed, not just black, urban, like just this particular way of life that's exhibited.
This black.
Well, I say that because shout out. I feel like BC Boys. Shout outs to the whole Latinx massive and whatnot. I personally feel like it's a culture, not a color,
But
and it's in your heart and
But
soul.
it's like I said, like I was saying before, like hell no, like we can't be dumbed down to.
No, we cannot.
Creole.
But at the same time, right? Because it's
Not
not
a
it's
Creole.
not encompassing enough, and it becomes
Not a
divisive
Creole.
when things like that are said, and it loses the context of. So I'm back to urban, inner city, urban inner city life expressed through graffiti and dance
Real
and
hip-hop.
beats.
Real hip hop.
Right.
Overseas, when I went over there, they was on that shit, motherfucker. Talib Kweli,
the culture.
he stopped his show, and he had like people from the crowd come up and break dance. They was breakdancing in the middle of his show.
Yo.
Then he performed. Then he stopped again and called me, YU, everybody that performed before him, opened up for him. He called everybody back on stage to have a cipher. You know what I'm saying? It was with me, Jedi Mind Tricks, R.A. the Rugged Man, Blue, Exile, and Fat Sean. What's up that drink? It was dope.
All about the culture.
That's what that shit was about. You know what I mean? Like, and then in hip hop, you look at Jay-Z. Big Daddy Kane did Jay-Z the same way. You know what I'm saying? That's how Jay-Z got on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Man,
So
I think that the connection, being supporters and fans of people that you know, is a beautiful contradiction that is important to be seen on a higher level. Given the competitive, divisive nature that hip hop has, that I don't think we have in the city. Like.
And I hate. That's what I hate about business, though. You know what I'm saying? The fact that in business, sometimes you got to put somebody out of business. You know what I'm saying? In order for your business to flourish. You know what I'm saying?
Occasionally,
it's
but
enough.
not.
It's enough room, and especially for the creative people, this what I preach to them. Like, it's enough room for everybody to eat. You know what I'm saying? As long as your work ain't like my work. You know what I'm saying? And because I need this, what's that flavor you said that was? What's that flavor you said that was?
Yeah.
Oh, Tangerine.
If you got Tangerine and I got Tangerine, it's like, come on, dog.
Right.
Like, no, I need my own.
Right.
So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because she already got that.
But in a certain
That's
area,
stepping on her toes.
it depends on how much you can supply and demand. How much you're dealing with in your different
But
area.
if she the only one with it in the world,
I'm
boom,
so popular.
And that's what art is, though. That's what art is. You know what I'm saying? Like your fingerprint. You're the only one with it in the world. That's what art is.
And then after you do it, there are those
Your
that try
art
to.
is your art. You know what I'm saying? And everybody should be creating, not only creating paintings or songs, but then coming up with ideas to solve problems and push the culture forward. You know what I'm saying?
They should.
So we don't have to. It's like, why do we have to? We don't just create songs. We don't just create clothes. No, we can create the next Apple or the next product that will be like an Apple product. You know what I'm saying? Or the next innovative thing that's groundbreaking, like Twitter or something like that. That can come up from us too. from the urban community or black community or you know what I mean, in the hood or the Latino community in the hood. You know what I'm saying?
It can.
In the poor community.
Or
you
to
know what I mean?
We just gotta
chameleon names.
invest in our communities and our education and all of that. And right now, that shit is being attacked. Just straight up.
And the thing about education is just like this: if you want to be educated, you're gonna be a person is gonna educate themselves. You know what I'm saying? I was
You
the type
have
of person.
to.
I know I was the only nigga in my crew that was going to the library and just chilling for a minute. I'm in the library, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking around in the library, dog. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm in bought his books, child, like for, you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing what it do, child. You know what I'm saying? I've been in this joint for a minute. Like, I know the people that I, you know what I'm saying, rock with, they ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? They not rocking like that. You know what I'm saying? Most of them, though. But it's like, it's those certain steps that I took to be exposed to the things that I wasn't exposed to. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because the shit that's too convenient, it ain't good for you.
Not at
Information that's too convenient, come on, dog, it's not good for you. Dog.
Not at all.
It's that corner store shit.
Oop.
It's
Shout
that
outs.
corner store shit. The information that's up, boom. Like when you go on the news, I'm up, boom. It's right there. I didn't have to search for this information. Anything worth having, you got to put in work for. You know what I'm saying? So if the information comes to you like, pop, you got to question it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like everything that's in the corner store. Everything that's in the corner store, right at the corner is going to be honey buns and sweets and ain't no fruit in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, like.
And that stuff makes
The
people
convenient
sluggish.
shit. So the things that come convenient, you got to question that shit and be job whole.
Mm-hmm.
You got to put in work if you really want truth. If you want education, it's not going to be through the convenient education you get in going through your public school or even your private school. You know what I'm saying? The convenience is going to come. I mean, the education is going to come when you really seek out what you really want. It's just like me with this rap shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And everything that I've done and fucking, I'm about to go up to New York and
Yeah.
like, fuck a job, boom. Like when I was managing Last Stop and shit. When you was coming in that joint, you was promoting something. Cause you used to be throwing your little parties.
Who
and shit,
knows?
you know what I'm saying?
Uh-oh.
She was promoting something. She was like, yo, boom. Oh, I remember I bought a tape from you one day. A CD from you was pumping too.
It was like a tape.
No.
It was a CD. It was a CD. No, it wasn't that far back.
1978.
But it was like, I remember Wale came in the store and was like, dog, you can be job, man, going on the road with me if you job. This job, we got to cut his job out. I was like, damn, I don't know if I can. I was like, dog, I still had the mentality back then. I was a kid, though. You know what I'm saying? Being throwing a title. And I was like, dog, I just got this title. I was like, do I want to lose this title or do I want to go on the, you know what I'm saying? I want to do that, but it's like, and then eventually I had to say, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? That was downtown locker room.
Gotta
I
shine.
said, fuck them. I had to, man, boom. Managed every joint in the city.
Man.
8th Street, Minnesota Avenue, Rhode Island Avenue, PG Mall, Eastover. On some young shit. Before it was like everybody knew XO. That was before my first project came out. I was managing businesses, and then what I learned with that, I applied it to my own rap shit. You know what I'm saying? As far as the tedious shit that comes in with just
Business.
organizing a team and then being a leader.
Business.
You know what I'm
Business.
saying? So I was like putting myself through job like school. You know what I'm saying? And still end up getting with Kenny Burns and
That part.
who Wale was with. You know what I mean? That's my nigga. You know?
Everyone's path is different. You gotta trust yours.
Yeah.
That's a wisdom
No doubt.
nugget.
Yeah.
Wisdom nugget.
Bling, bling.
What flavor is that? Because wow, I
Was it Tangy?
I have like,
I'm so high.
dude,
I'm so tired. I'm just like dreaming about my bed.
man, I got to do this moment before
Yeah,
my
just-
brain.
So we can wrap it
Because
up.
we've been trying, right?
We've been trying to. We gotta wrap it up.
Okay.
The first one was Tangerland. The second one was Jaeger. Shout out to Purple fucking weed.
Oh my goodness,
Yes.
Um,
Take it away, Jay.
Culture over corporate.
man. Metaphysical moment. One love. I've been thinking a lot lately, you know, as the seasons change and then change back as we are on the 93rd of January. That's what it feels like.
I was like, wait, what? It's like, is this some shit I don't know about? Some like special black calendar? Okay.
January just didn't end. It just lasted until April. Apparently. Or is it February? I don't know. But, yo. How fickle we are with the relativity of this world and our relationships to it, and how often we project how we feel about things onto everyone else, man. You are the reality of your perspective is your reality. And my metaphysical message is on shifting the reality to a new type of perspective that ultimately an illusion of conditions when it comes to love that we universally tend to suffer from. And it stems from very, very deep sources that are just repeated in our first examples of what love is supposed to be. You can find it within religion when you believe that this creator of this universe, of this all, of this everything needs something from you. And if you do not, then you lose this love. So if it is that which is perfect cannot have a perfect love and unconditional love. We see that with parents. But the idea of putting the conditions and things like that, when you become a parent, you realize, like, not really. Like, can never not love my kid. No matter what you do, I cannot like what you do. I can know what you're about to do. I can tell you not to do that thing. I can punish you for doing what I told you not to do, but I will never stop loving you. There truly are no conditions on my love. There's nowhere you can go outside of my love. No matter how far you try to run away from my love, no matter how bad you try to be, you can't escape that. Now, different people have different understandings of love. Maybe they have a misunderstanding of love, and that misunderstanding is what drives you to seek conditions and drives you to feel like you don't have a limitless source of love because you don't believe in a limitless source of love. But you are a limitless source of love. You are a unlimited.
Yeah.
Unlimited. Was I saying limited? I was blaming
limitless. You say limitless.
I said limitless.
Unlimited is better.
There we go. Boom.
That's a better word.
Boom. You know, we guard the fucks we give. Like, they're just, you know, we live in this world. We just so proud of being savage and not caring and just being so cold. Like, that's
some bullshit.
It's some straight up bullshit.
Y'all need to stop that.
We gotta be love. There's this saying that this woman gave to me when I was in Philadelphia that I find the need to repeat when I meet someone and we have this beautiful connection. It is that I loved you before I met you. We have these different conditions that we put on love, and you got to earn my love, and I got to wait to see if you does. I loved you before I met you. You were sent to my life for a reason. Every single person that comes to your life is a blessing and a lesson and a blessing. They can be there for a day. They can be there for a season. They can be there for a lifetime. You are there to learn something. We are human beings, and our being is only known in relativity. That's why solitary confinement is one of the most horrible things you can do to a human being, because our reality is based on our interaction with the world.
Rest in peace, Khalif Brown.
So when it comes to love, and how this entire culture and this paradigm is just reinforcing this idea that you got rules and you got punishment, you can fall out of love and you can not be divine. You will always be. You know, I feel like we always work it back into this point that you will always be who you always were, because you exist in the realm of the absolute, not where the body lives. You live in in Trinity. You are the body, you are the mind, you are the spirit, you are the all, you are the everything. All of these things, like that thing that's not in your body when your soul leaves it, but your eyes are still open, that thing, that
thing
spark,
that you
that
can't see.
what it is. You know, you are not your body. We know this, but we don't want to accept this. We want to make our everything based on, well, I'm a woman, and I'm a Washingtonian, I'm a this, I'm a that. No, you are not. What did you come here to do? Love. And how are you going to show this love? Benevolence, compassion, patience. That's what you came here to do. You know, we get caught up in the money and what we want to get, but it's not what you want to get. It's what you want to do with it, because it's what you want to feel. We got to start asking, how do I want people to feel? Not what do I want them to do? Not what do they want from me? None of that. You here for love. Be love. How do you want people to feel? And how do you want to feel? Make a proactive decision that I will be love, and there's nothing you can do to disturb that, because misery loves company, and I can't stay with negativity. I won't. You won't take it. I'll see it, and I'll laugh, and it will make you mad. You ever laugh at somebody that thought that they was going to hurt you? Oh, my God. The opposite of love isn't hate, it's apathy. You don't give a fuck. You ignore them and watch how it infuriates. It's almost crazy how that works. Like, no, the coldness of the light not to shine, but it's not even like you don't love them. Sometimes loving somebody can be an enabler. Sometimes the sun does set. Does it not love the earth? Word to this cold ass spring we having. We all like we forgot. Watch when the summertime hit how we gonna complain about how hot it is.
It's gonna be hot as shit.
It's gonna be hot and humid.
Like 24 hours. No,
you know, okay, next week when it's 80 degrees. You know, but that's the relativity of humanity, forgetting the absolute that we exist in, always trying to, nah, man, the color is love. Appreciate it all. Be love in every choice and possibility that you have. Be proactively, violently loving in life, yo. Because there's some motherfuckers that love to hate. I feel like there's a lot of people who consider themselves to be loving and nice, but you're not actively doing it. You're like, oh, well, you know, maybe.
That's getting back to the driver.
I've never heard that voice before.
You gotta be a good driver. You got good drivers, you got bad drivers.
Man, have confidence in the will of your will, man. You got to get out there and be proactively loving. Come out there thinking about, who am I going to bless today? Who am I going to see? What am I going to do? Because this motherfucker's like, who am I going to rob? Who the fuck am I about to? We need some people just like that, but to give and to love and to be love. We got to be that, y'all. That's my metaphysical moment, yo.
Thank you for sharing that
Yeah.
with us and reminding us, as always, to be love.
Love.
To shine our lights.
We need love.
Yes. And, you know.
That was dope.
I'm just thankful for the rain, honestly. I'm thankful it's not snowing.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for the rain because my flowers in my garden are going to bloom soon.
Hey.
And, you know, so it's all about perspective, like you're saying. But I want to thank you for that metaphysical moment. I want to thank Uptown XO for joining us on the show. Again, folks who are watching, please follow him.
XO, baby.
You can learn about his compilation project, Culture over corporate.
Culture over corporate coming soon, and it's gonna be the wave for 2019.
Already in the future.
Yeah, for 2019.
Yes.
Everything I'm doing this year is for next year. So
being proactive.
And all the next year is
forward
all
always.
you're gonna hear about. So I'll probably be back up here talking to y'all about the project.
We would love that. You're always welcome at
Y'all
One
be
Love
playing the
Massive.
new videos, then y'all gonna get the artwork. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah.
We can have a private screening of this drink. 20 people. We get the screen right there. Boom. Private
That'd be cute.
type shit. You know what I mean? Documentary.
Stay tuned, folks.
Stay tuned, y'all.
For more
like
from
y'all.
Uptown XO and for more MNM Show in the future. MNM
Show.
Peace out, everyone. Happy
Peace.
Tuesday night.
That was dope.
Never smoked